The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is an American historical comedy drama television series created by Amy Sherman-Palladino. After 5 fantastic seasons, fans are looking forward to Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 6. On March 17, 2017, it made its debut on Amazon Prime Video. The show primarily takes place in the late 1950s and early 1960s, with flashbacks to the following decades in the final season. As Midge Maisel, Rachel Brosnahan plays the lead, Luke Kirby, Marin Hinkle, Caroline Aaron, Tony Shalhoub, Michael Zegen, Alex Borstein and Kevin Pollak are also on the list. So prepare to be transported back to the vibrant world of the late 1950s and early 60s as we immerse ourselves in the captivating story of Midge Maisel in the American historical comedy drama series The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. This beloved show has captured the hearts of audiences all over the world with its witty humor, relatable characters and exploration of the communities of gender and societal struggles. As fans eagerly await Season 6, let's take a closer look at what's in store for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. What is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel plot? The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, a captivating historical comedy drama television show, transports you to the late 1950s and early 1960s. Our story revolves around Midge Maisel, an Upper West Side resident who lives the life of a devoted homemaker and loving mother to her 2 children. Midge's life takes an unprecedented or unexpected turn when her husband Joel announces that he's leaving her for his secretary. Midge finds solace in an unlikely place after drowning her sorrows in a few too many drinks in the midst of the chaos. She stumbles across a stand-up comedian club and discovers she has a hidden talent for comedy. Midge begins performing a secret, incorporating her experiences as a mother and homemaker into her routines with a blend of cleverness and charm. Susie, the sharp-witted club manager, is drawn to her fresh and relatable performances, which captivate the audience. Susie recognizes Midge's potential and takes on the role of her manager, guiding her through the male-dominated world of stand-up comedy. Midge sets out to strike a delicate balance between her blossoming love of comedy and her responsibilities as a mother, all while dealing with her parents' disapproval. Midge's journey, on the other hand, is not without complications. She must navigate a complicated relationship with Joel, despite their divorce continues to play an important role in her life. Midge's professional and personal lives intertwine over the course of 5 seasons, resulting in a series of hilarious moments and heartbreaking setbacks. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel's hilarious journey not only provides plenty of laughs and tears, but also delves into the complexities of gender, class and religious struggles that were prevalent during the vibrant 1950s and 60s. This captivating show leaves viewers both entertained and contemplative, exploring a range of topics that are as relevant today as they were back then. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel cast. In the hit series The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Rachel Brosnahan plays Midge Maisel, a housewife and stand-up comedian. Before becoming well-known as a titular character, Brosnahan appeared in a number of television shows including Grey's Anatomy, Gossip Girl, The Good Wife and The Blacklist. She made her mark on the critically acclaimed Netflix political drama House of Cards in 2013. In Season 6 of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Michael Zegen plays Joel Maisel, Midge's ex-husband and a struggling comedian. Zegen is well known for his roles in television shows like Rescue Me and Boardwalk Empire. He's also been in films Girls, How to Make It in America and The Walking Dead. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 6 cast, including Zegen, has received 2 SAG Awards for their outstanding performances. Susie, Midge's determined and pragmatic manager, is played by Alex Borstein. Borstein began her career in the thriving Chicago comedy scene, honing her craft at the Acme Comedy Theatre. She eventually joined the cast of the sketch show Mad TV. Borstein is also well known for her portrayal of Louis Griffin on the animated sitcom Family Guy. Tony Shalhoub plays Midge Maisel's father, Abe Weissman, who transitions from being a mathematics professor at Columbia University to becoming a theatre critic. Shalhoub boasts an illustrious career both on stage and screen. He made his Broadway debut in 1985, The Odd Couple, and has since received praise for his work in The Heidi Chronicles, among other things. Aside from these main cast members, Season 6 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel will feature a talented ensemble of actors. Is Season 6 of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel renewed? The 5th season of Amazon Prime Video's beloved comedy drama is set in the late 1950s. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel has concluded. Fans may be wondering why Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 6 was never announced, but the decision to end the series was made by the show's creators and Amazon over a year ago. Although the conclusion of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel brings Midge's story to a close, the question of timing remains. Amazon Prime Video officially announced the mutual decision to end Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 6 after the 5th season in February 2022, coinciding with the release of the 4th season. The choice to conclude the show at this point made the most sense for both the creative team and the cast and crew. While saying goodbye to The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel was an emotional experience for everyone involved. It includes the Palladinos, the series' creators, who stood by the decision. During an interview, one of the show's creators, Sherman-Palladino, shared insights into the series' original vision. The first year was about Midge's self-discovery, followed by the unraveling of various aspects in the second year, and the third season focused on her touring journey. Although The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel has concluded, the possibility of spin-off shows is not ruled out. The show's cast and characters provide fertile ground for potential spin-offs, with each character capable of leading their own series. Dan Palladino, the other half of the creative team, even hinted at spin-offs. While the Palladinos are currently working on a new series, a Maisel-themed spin-off is still a possibility. While the end of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel was disappointing for fans, it was a necessary step. Midge's story has come to a satisfying conclusion, and new narratives can now flourish within this vibrant world. When does Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 6 come out? Unfortunately for fans of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Season 5 will be the series' final season. As a result, Season 5, Episode 9 will serve as the series finale, and Season 6 of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel will not air. The Palladinos felt it was important to complete their journey this time, even if it would be difficult for fans to say goodbye to Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 6. Only time will tell what Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 6 has in store for Amazon Prime subscribers. We can watch previous seasons while still seeing our favorite cast members, including Midge Maisel, Susie Myerson, and others. We can appreciate the writers', directors' and actors' talent and labor of love in bringing these characters to life. While the news that The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel will end with its 5th season may be bittersweet for fans, it also opens up new possibilities for spin-offs and new narratives within this vibrant universe. The talented cast, led by Rachel Brosnahan as Midge Maisel, has delivered outstanding performances, bringing the screen laughter, tears, and thought-provoking moments. As we say goodbye to Midge, we can reflect on the memorable moments and applaud the creative team's decision to bring her story to a satisfying conclusion. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel has made an indelible mark on television, reminding us of the power of laughter and perseverance in the face of adversity. Well, that's it for now. Make sure that you like our video. Please share your views and opinions in the comment section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest news and reviews on upcoming movies from us. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you at the next one.